Number 8, do you want online leagues and tournaments for Smackdown versus Raw? User hosted and THQ official. Um, I don't know. I can't say I want tournaments because, the foundation of the Smackdown versus Raw games it's not really, like I said, a competitive type game because of the gameplay being so watered down and so, I guess, non innovative, because it's like, hasn't changed in years. Like, they might add these little sweat extra features and the flexing and table physics and all this other stuff, but they do not change the core gameplay at all, which is what needs to be changed. I'm not going to be one of those people that you see around other forums that basically say, like, this game needs a new engine and to start from scratch, because obviously they can't do that. They only have a year to put the next game out, and that's because they're under contract with WWE and all that. So you have to be kind of logical with that. They can't really, if they were to build a new engine from scratch, the game that they do make using that engine will probably be crappy because they're gonna have to keep building on it. But with the current engine that they've been using, it's so tired out, and it just seems like they haven't built upon it at all. They haven't, if anything, they removed a lot from it, like the submission system. They used to have a system in, I don't know if it was '06 or what, but they had a way where if you put a sleeper hold or somebody, like, you would actually have his hand up and then the hand would drop. I forget what game that was in. And you had to raise your hand up by the time your hand hit 3 or whatever, like a submission, a sleeper hold system like that. Oh man, I had to get some water because it's kind of long. But yeah, stuff like that, because the engine is so they haven't added onto it. I can't say do tournaments or stuff like that, because it's so, people are going to be cheap in a tournament. People are just going to run around, do running strikes, do cheap shit, and that's pretty much how they'll win the tournament. Online leagues, I don't really know what their definition of an online league is compared to mine, but if it's like what I was saying, like different subdivisions and stuff, then yeah, go for it. So, I guess online, I don't know. I honestly don't know what to pick for number 8. I'll just put yes, but I don't really know what their definition of it is. Number 9, do you participate in online leagues for other competitive online games? No, I'm not like that serious where I do, MLG, game battles, stuff like that. I know actually Smackdown vs. Raw actually appeared on game battles a few times. I think it was like '07 or something like that. They actually had a division for game battles. But yeah, I don't really play competitively in like any game. I haven't played competitively. Like, the last game I played competitively was like Halo 2. I haven't played competitively anything as of late. What is the one thing you would like to add to our community creations online experience? Please leave as much detail as possible. That's number 10. What can you add to community creations other than less restrictions? Because I do find it really stupid that you can't upload anything that has DLC. So that means NXT Arena, the Nexus DLC, all the other DLC people and stuff. You can't do anything with them community creation wise. So you can't make a story or anything like that with them. I don't really know what else they could add in community creations. I think they added every category pretty much this year. Maybe rosters or something? I don't know. Like, if somebody has like a roster set up a certain way, they could download that. I don't know. There's really nothing else that they could add to. Maybe superstar threads. Superstar threads, that would probably be something that they could add in there. Certain threads and stuff like that. So that would probably be the one thing that I would ask for them to add in, because that's probably like the last category that they haven't added in yet. Are you interested in release downloadable content? Yes, as long as the shit is finished. Are you more interested in DLC packs or individual DLC items? That is question number 12. I don't really care. I mean, it doesn't really matter, DLC pack, individual items. I mean, either way, it doesn't really matter, so I'm just going to pick DLC packs. I would say individual DLC items just because, you know, some people like to pick and choose who they want to download and, you know, stuff like that. Some people might not want that extra fluff, like Shad's extra fucking costume that no one cares about. Maybe some people might not want to pay for that. What type of downloadable content are you most interested in? Mark all that apply. So we got the choice between new superstars / legends, new costumes, new arenas, new Road to WrestleMania stories. Oh god, no. In-game superstar updates, meaning stats, costumes, entrances, etc. New animations / movesets, or other. God, I feel like this is going to be a really long video, but I'm going to go through each one and I guess talk a little bit about it. New superstars / legends. I'm one of the people that, I mean, I have been watching wrestling for a while, and I no doubt understand that they want to throw in some legends in there for the older crowd, I guess. But honestly, they need to pick and choose what audience they're trying to go after here, because obviously, you know, they were seemingly trying to simplify the gameplay and make it easier for the kids. So if that's the case, then their audience is obviously, the target audience is the kids. So them adding in legends and stuff, that really kind of, I guess they're trying to mix them both together. I don't know. But for me, I mean, I could care less about legends, to be honest. You know, Stone Cold and The Rock, they're probably fine because they're more alumni than anything. I think I would rather take alumni rather than legends, like really, really old people like Vader and the Bushwhackers and Doink, the ones from '09. I would much rather have superstars or an updated roster. Like, I would much rather have Trent Beretta, Kurt Hawkins. I don't know why I named those two right away, but you know, the rest of the Nexus people, the Usos or whatever, even though I don't really like them, but you know, just an updated roster, because I want the game to be up to date, the most up to date it can be, instead of having people like the British Bulldog or, you know, anything like that. Like, the most legend wise that I would go is alumni people like HBK, Jericho, JBL, Eddie Guerrero. I guess I don't know if they can do Brock Lesnar. I guess they can't. You know, Goldberg, The Rock, Stone Cold. They're more alumni than they are legends, even though a few of them are considered legends. But I think they should just switch legends out for alumni and add those in. But as far as DLC goes, I would much rather have a more up-to-date roster for, you know, the game. New costumes, I don't really care about that. I mean, it depends on how they're going to go about doing that. If it's like an alternate attire, or is it because, you know, the new DLC 3 that's coming out, the John Cena and I believe the Undertaker one. Is it? I don't know, but the Undertaker, I believe, is like a whole separate character instead of an alternate attire. And, you know, it depends if they do it like that or not. So, I don't know. I mean, obviously you would want stuff like this. So, new arenas, I don't know. I mean, I'd like to see some retro arenas in there like they did with the WCW arena. But, I don't know. I mean, well, it's kind of like a scale. Like, what would you much rather have? Would you rather have an up-to-date game with you know, DLC superstars, like the younger guys that they're introducing, so you could have a more up-to-date game, or would you rather have arenas? And I don't really know. I mean, I'd rather take superstars over new arenas. New Road to WrestleMania stories? No. I hate Road to WrestleMania. Just get rid of that mode. get rid of all the stories, because all the stories usually suck. So just get that out of there. I'm not clicking on that one. In-game superstar updates, I know a lot of people have been asking them about, but updating the game, having like a title update where it'll update the game and all that. But I know they said that they can't do that, at least with character models and stuff, because they have to completely redo a whole character model in order to implement. Like, it's not as easy as an NBA game as going in and changing their stats or something like that. Like, they have to completely make a whole new model. So I don't really know about that. I guess, it would be nice to have in-game superstar updates, stats and stuff like that, but with the stat maker and stuff that they have in there, you can pretty much do that yourself. But updated entrances, it says entrances, what am I talking about? I've been talking for too long. I guess that would be good. New animation / moves, yes, obviously. How about stop, I'm going to put that, actually, because they have an other. I'm just going to put stop removing moves. They seriously have to stop doing that. I don't care if they're ugly. I don't care if they think the animations suck. Stop removing moves, because it's the stupidest thing that you could do for a wrestling game. I don't know where the logic is in that, removing moves. I've seen their answer back to, like, why did you remove so many moves, and it was like, you could either do the moves on your own now, or we made a new animation for it, which is complete bullshit, because a lot of moves that were missing, like Christian's sunset flip from the corner and stuff like that, you can't do it manually, and you can't do it at all, because it's not there. It's not in the game anymore. A lot of those moves you can't do manually, and they're not, like, in the game in another fashion or something like that. So they're just full of shit. So stop removing moves. Bottom line, stop removing moves. There's nothing that they could say. There's nothing that THQ or Yuke's can say that would, basically back them up in saying that they need to remove moves. There's nothing that they can say, because obviously if you ask any wrestling fan or anybody that plays a Smackdown vs. Raw series, that would be the last thing they say for the Smackdown series, like, oh, let's clean up the movesets and get these old animations out of there. Like, who the fuck says that? Nobody says that. So stop removing moves. I'm surprised they didn't put other downloadable content here. I'm surprised they didn't add in match types. Obviously, I want to see some match types be downloadable content as well. What else? I guess that's pretty much it. I'm wasting too much time on it. But number 14, would you be interested in downloading a WWE pay-per-view event card online similar to the UFC Undisputed 2010's event mode? So I'm guessing they set up a pay-per-view event card, and then you download it and you play it, I guess. I think that is a pretty dumb idea, considering the games are usually outdated, so it's not like they'll probably have everybody that's on the pay-per-view card. So what are they going to do? Add in a created wrestler or something like that for the pay-per-view card? I don't really understand that. So I'm just gonna put no, because I think that a SmackDown vs. Raw event type mode is something that should be last on their list. There's too many other things that they need to focus on instead of adding in another mode. Like, Universe is not finished. It's not completely done. It's not, to my mind, it's not complete. There's they have a freaking create a brand. You can create your own brand, but you can't even use that brand in Universe, which means create a brand is pretty fucking useless when you think about it. A lot of that stuff they need to fix. Universe needs to keep getting added on, and possibly just adding in maybe Road to WrestleMania, adding in cutscenes and stuff like that, and then just getting rid of Road to WrestleMania, because they're over flooding the game with these half-assed modes. They're over flooding the game with modes that aren't finished, and that's just pretty much equals a whole half-assed game when you have a bunch of modes that don't feel finished. So they don't need a SmackDown vs. Raw event mode. They should just stick with what they got, add on to it, possibly remove Road to WrestleMania because that shit sucks, and add in story elements in the universe and really blow the hell out of universe mode. Did you purchase fan access for SmackDown vs. Raw 2011? Yes, I did. If no, please explain why. If yes, did you like it? I mean, it was okay. I didn't really... I mean, it as a commentator, it did make it a lot easier for me to, you know, do like playthroughs and stuff of the Road to WrestleManias without having to worry about getting the unlocks and stuff like that. Like, that would have been kind of tedious for me to go out of my way and try to get every unlock and stuff like that. And you know, some of the characters that they usually have locked or hidden are pretty stupid anyway. Like, I think there was only like 10 or 15 people that were available from the start, and you had to unlock like everybody else. So the fan access, I mean, I guess it was alright in terms of getting the new DLC for free. And then you also got the unlock all and all that good stuff. But honestly, I think everything should be pretty much unlocked from the get-go, except like maybe a few characters, like maybe 3 or 4 characters, something like that. I guess that's my answer for that. And then the last one is number 16. Please leave your email address in this box if you'd like to be considered to win a set of special WWE DVDs and a Mattel action figure. Oh, freaking joy. I am going to put my email in that box. So, this survey, surprisingly, there was not that many questions, but it was I probably talked a lot longer than I did in the last one, so I'll probably have to split this up into 2 videos. But anyway, guys, the link to the survey will be in both of the videos. You guys can check it out, fill it out yourself, all that good stuff. Together, hopefully, you know, we can make these SmackDown vs. Raw games last the entire year, and hopefully we can get these guys to, you know, take notice to some of the complaints and requests and stuff that the fans have been asking for years and years and years and years, and they have pretty much, like, ignored it. So we got to bring that to their attention and all that good stuff. So that'll be it, and I will talk to you guys later. Woo!